hello! I didn't see you there. You've chosen to play Blood on the Clocktower. Congratulations. How sexy of you. But wait, I hear you cry. I'm scared. There seems like a lot of rules and the game comes in a box big enough to bury a dog in. Well, fret not, humble villager. That's why I'm here, your humble, spectral guide through this game of horror, betrayal and death. And also, I died 10 years ago today. Spooky. Blood on the Clocktower is a social deduction game run by a storyteller who'll act as a sort of games master. It's set in the village of Ravenswood Bluff, a poor provincial town full of lovely villagers just like you, going about with their tray like always, the same old bread and loaves to sell. But Ravenswood Bluff is under attack. One of you has been possessed by a demon intent on eating every townsfolk one by one, and even worse, they've recruited some other members of the town to be their minions. Bastards! How do you win? Well, that depends if you're working for good or for evil. If you pull a blue token from the bag, congratulations, you're good. Your job is to find out who the demon is and execute them by public vote. If you do that, you instantly win and Ravenswood Bluff survives another day. If you pull a red token out of the bag, you are evil. You win when the good players are all dead or the town is reduced to just the demon and one good player left alive, whichever happens first. The game is a puzzle, and to solve it, the good players will be sharing information between themselves, which character they are and what they know. The evil players will be lying about which character they are and what they know, so watch out. You will never know who is telling the truth. But don't worry, I believe in you. Players sit in a circle, like the numbers on a clock face, which is why we've named this game Blood on the Clock Face. One by one, each player will reach into this bag and pull a token from it. This token is their role. See, unlike most social deduction games, every player has a special role, not just the scary monsters that go bump in the night. Each role comes with a special power that will hopefully help, and occasionally hinder, their team's path to victory. We suggest that all new players play from the Trouble Brewing script, and all the roles for that script are contained on these character sheets. These character sheets are your best friend. They'll tell you what each role does and what other potential roles might be in a specific game you're playing. Players will hand their tokens back to the storyteller. Then all players will close their eyes and the first night phase will begin. Blood on the Clocktower takes place over 2 phases, night, then day. Then night, then day, and so on until the game reaches its ghastly conclusion. In the night phase, player powers might activate. Villagers might find out information based on their power. Some players might be killed by the demon. Sounds like a nightmare. And while it is a graveyard smash, all you need to know as a player is that the tricky admin will be handled by the storyteller. Just close your eyes. Wake up when the storyteller gives you a tap. If your power involves finding out a number, the storyteller will tell you using a number of fingers. If your power involves getting a yes or no answer, a nod for yes, a shake of the head for no. If your power involves selecting another player, point to them. The storyteller will confirm your choice by pointing to them as well. When you're given this symbol, close your eyes again. Or maybe your power won't activate at night at all. In that case, just wait for the morning. You'll be safe in the morning, right? After the night phase, the storyteller will tell you to open your eyes and the day will begin. During the day, all players can talk about what they know so far. Who found out information in the night? Did anyone die in the night? If you have information to share, but don't trust him over there, you can peel off and have private chats with players you do trust. After giving the players enough time to share their thoughts, the storyteller will call for nominations. This is when players who are still alive can nominate another player, or even themselves, for execution by simply saying, "I nominate, for example, Sullivan." The storyteller will give both accuser a chance to say why Sullivan should be killed, and Sullivan the chance to say why they shouldn't be killed. And then the storyteller will stand in the middle of the circle. Starting with Sullivan, they will extend their arm and turn that arm clockwise around the circle like a hand around a clock face. Which is why we call the game Blood on the Clockwise. If a player's arm is raised when the storyteller's hand passes over them, they are seen to have voted for that player's execution. Congratulations! You just voted for someone to die. In order for a vote to pass, they must receive votes equal to or more than half the number of alive players. Don't worry, your storyteller will tell you before the vote starts how many you need. If the vote fails, that player is considered safe for the day and can't be nominated again. If the vote is successful, that player is considered about to die. However, this doesn't mean death is certain. The storyteller will call for further nominations. If someone else is nominated and that second nominated player receives more votes, then that person will be about to die instead. In case of a tied number of votes, neither of the accused becomes about to die, and anyone who is already nominated that day cannot nominate again. Don't get greedy, Ravenswood Bluff. Finally, if there are no more nominations, the storyteller will end the day. The player currently about to die will be executed and be considered dead. If that player was the demon, congratulations to the good team, they just won. But if that player was not the demon, and the evil win condition hasn't been met, the game continues. Everyone closes their eyes, and another night phase begins. But do not fear death, my hapless villagers. In Ravenswood Bluff, death is not the end. Unlike most social deduction games, dead players, whether killed by the demon at night or executed by the town in the day, can still talk and won't have their roles revealed to the rest of the players. Their powers will no longer work and they can't nominate for execution anymore. But dead players can still share their information and still win or lose with their team. And crucially, dead players get one last vote, called their ghost vote. After they've been killed, dead players may take part just once in a future vote, but spend your ghost vote wisely, because when it's gone forever. There's one more key concept you need to know about when playing Clocktower, and that's drunkenness and poisoning. These are absolutely crucial terms when playing Blood on the Clocktower. Certain things could happen in a game of Clocktower that result in a player becoming either drunk or poisoned, and they amount to pretty much the same thing. Simply put, a drunk or poisoned player's special ability might not work, and often how much it doesn't work is up to the storyteller's discretion. A drunk or poisoned townsfolk that gathers information at night might gather misleading or incorrect information from the storyteller. Or the storyteller might even give you the right information if they think that doing so might end up being more unhelpful in the long run. However, if your power could result in somebody's death or preventing someone's death, if you're drunk or poisoned, that can never happen. Drunk or poisoned players cannot fundamentally alter the game like that. Go home, drunk or poisoned player. You've had enough. And don't worry, if a game of Clocktower seems daunting, just remember that you are in good hands. Your storyteller's hands. Trust your storyteller. Your storyteller will run your game of Blood on the Clocktower. They'll pick the roles you'll be playing with, hand out all the information you need, wake you up, put you to sleep, answer any questions you have about your roles, run the votes, announce when the game has been won. Their job is to make the game as exciting as possible, helping whichever side is currently losing, nudging the game towards as dramatic a finale as possible. For advice on character roles, as well as how to storytell, check out other videos in this series, and have fun playing Blood on the Clocktower.